Okay, so this is Math-6, the unit rates packet, page 11, number 7, and number 10. Okay, so number 7. Sophia learned 10 recipes to create party dishes. She learned these recipes in 2 weeks. So 10 recipes in 2 weeks. How many recipes can Sophia learn in 5 weeks? Okay, so there are two methods that I want to talk about. The first one is like proportion, and then the second one is more like mental math. Okay, so for the proportion method, okay, so Sophia learned 10 recipes in 2 weeks. So I'm going to set this up as a ratio. Okay, so 10 recipes over 2 weeks. Okay, equal how many she can learn in 5 weeks. So you make sure you line up the weeks with the weeks and then the recipes with the recipes. Okay, so now if you remember what we talked about in class, you would need to figure out 2 times what number gives you 5. And so you use the same number and multiply that by 10 recipes to get the number of recipes you need. But let's just say, okay, off the top of my head, I really can't figure out 2 times what number give me 5. You can either use long division then, do 5 divided by 2, or you use another method, which is what I'm going to show. Okay, so 10 recipes, I'll just write REC for recipes, over 2 weeks. It is like a fraction here. You can reduce it. So you can reduce 10 to 5. So this is 5 recipes over 1 week. So now we have the unit rate. So with this unit rate, it will make it very easy for you to find the final answer. Okay, so 1 times 5 gives you 5. Then 5 times 5 will give you the final answer, which is 25 recipes. Okay, so you still have to answer the question. Okay, so the answer, Sophia can learn 25 recipes in 5 weeks. Okay, so now let's talk about the next method that is more like mental math. That's what I mentioned earlier. Okay, so for method 2, you go back to the original rate that was given, 10 recipes in 2 weeks. So you ask yourself, so how many recipes in 1 week? This is a pretty easy question to answer. So it's going to be 5 recipes in 1 week. Okay, which is a unit rate. And so now pretty much you can do the rest in your head. So in 5 weeks, 5 recipes a week, then in 5 weeks, all you have to do is just 5 times 5, which is 25. And again, don't forget your unit, so 25 recipes. 25 recipes in 5 weeks, that is your answer. We have the next question here. Charles is going to buy 3 computer tables for $390. If he pays the same rate, how much would it cost for 8 computer tables? Okay, so this one is not obvious for you to do in your head. Let me highlight the information. So 3 computer tables for $390, and how much would it cost for 8 computer tables? Okay, so the most obvious way here is to find the unit rate. So you need to figure out how much it is to buy 1 computer table. So the unit, okay, the unit rate is $390 divided by 3 tables. That will give you 390 divided by 3, that gives you $130 per table. And then with this, I'm going to set up a proportion, or you can just simply do 130 times 8. So let's set up a proportion though, just so you know how it looks like. Okay, so 130 over 1 table is going to equal, because they have the same ratio, it's going to equal, well, you don't know how much money yet, over 8 tables. Okay, so 1 times 8 gives you 8. And if you do 130 times 8, then you will have your answer. Okay, so I'm just doing my rough word on the side here. 130 times 8. So this is 0, this is 24, 1 times 8 is 8 plus 2. Okay, so it's 1,040. Okay, so this part here is $1,040. Okay, so let's answer the question. Okay, here it is. It would cost $1,040 to buy 8 computer tables. Okay, so that's that.